Okay.
A lot of guys are really, go ahead.
Okay.
Roll with your feet.
Right.
A lot of guys are really, really good with this technique, okay? The important thing to remember is that I don't let him flatten me out and put my hips on the ground. So I've got to put my hips up like this. Now I've pretty much killed his choking ability, right? And then from here, you want to recover this arm and start turning this hand into you, like so. And then once you're here, you could tilt off, start vibrating it through and under. And once you get out here, then you're in a neutral position. You're good to go. Again, let's just start here from the crucifix position. Go ahead, lay down. And I'll lay down on top of you. Okay, he's hitting in the crucifix position like so. Put your hips up into the air, like you just don't care. Put your hips up into the air. Pull this elbow out and turn your fist in towards you. Then start shaking it until it comes free. And now you're in a neutral position. Start fighting. The rear mount, different ways to do this. Let's start with, again, he's got me in the rear mount. He's got my hooks in it. And he's using his hamstrings to stretch me out. This is a bad position. The first thing is, and I just do this naturally now, you got to get your hips up off the ground and pull your elbows in like this. So now I have better control of the position. Then I'm going to drop this elbow on the inside. I start to try to push my forearm onto my hip, and then I step over his leg like this. And I keep control of that leg as much as I possibly can. I start to push this knee down and come over and melt out to the side. Again, Mr. Man has me in the rear mount with his ganchos or his hooks in. He's got my lapels control. I pull my elbows in, I push, I bounce on top of his head. And if I look up, you would think that you're exposing your neck, but what you're doing, I'm putting more pressure on his face. I'm looking up. So then I drop my forearm on my hip, try to get this leg out, and pinch this leg so I can control it as much as possible. I slip up to control this leg in between my legs. I start to keep as much pressure on him, and I slip out and melt up to the side this way. And again, we're in a neutral position. There is another way that's real popular among judo guys. And when I say judo guys, I don't mean the run-of-the-mill judo guys. I mean the Japanese judo team that are doing so well into the pride, like Yamashita and the Watanabe guy. But there's some good judo players, have some very technical groundwork. Again, let's do it with your head this way. I'm in the rear mount, like so. Okay? Now, I'm not so much worried about getting my hips off, it's getting this elbow in. And then I cup his heel like this, right? And then what I do is, my whole thing is to try to slip this hip out, look, boom, like this. And then once I slip the hip out, when I start creating pressure, I kick this leg down, he's going to have this hook in, I kick this down and over, and I start walking around to the other direction. I come and I grab his head, and start to put pressure on him, and move into this position like so. Again, that's the pride judo man's way to escape the rear mount. Let's do it again on this angle over here. So he has me in rear mount. He's got his hooks in here. Okay. And then it's not so important that I keep my hips up, so I keep my elbow on top of my thigh like this. Then I hook his, cup his heel like so. And like I'm going to be swimming in this direction here. And then I just try to roll my hip out like so. Kick this leg out. Keep moving. Grab his head with both my hands and start pulling. That's a pressure. I'll kind of bouncing like this so my shoulder slips across the sternum and then come into place for side control.